Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. Now exclusively on Spotify, powered by Spotify for podcasters. My name is Alec. I'm your host, and I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for clicking on the episode. If you are an avid listener of the podcast, and welcome back. I'm happy to see you again here, and still you are committed to your growth and expansion. And I'm just super duper happy to see you or to talk to you in this. And if you are listening to the podcast for the very first time, I want to say welcome. If you like this if you like this episode, go ahead and check out the other amazing episodes that we have on the show. And just keep on growing yourself. And of course, one thing that I am doing recently, in case you don't know, I am loving the app Threads. Basically because I just use it as a note-taking app. On when I have ideas, I would just put them out there, and I would also test out which ideas do resonate with you guys the most. And so now I have unlimited content here to do on the podcast, and I'd also know what you guys want to talk about, because you guys are also sending your questions, and I love it. Thank you so much for all of your support. And so the thing that I want to talk about today is something that I feel a lot of people can relate with, mainly those who are in, I don't know, maybe in their midlife crisis, the quarter life crisis, they would say. Or maybe you just know in your heart that there is something much better than where you are right now. And if you're that someone, then let me tell you that you're not alone. We may experience that early in our 20s, mid 20s, or maybe even late 20s, or maybe even if in your 30s or 40s, or maybe even 50s for some. You just got this gut feeling, or this emotion, or this just pull from your heart that there is something out there that you can discover more. And maybe if you're also asking, like, is there more to life, then this episode is for you, because I want to share some things that I have learned when I was the one who asked that question. And I think that's exactly a year ago. So a year ago, what happened is when I was in a very dark place. I was falling into the loop of self-destruction. I was drinking every day. I was not sleeping right, not eating right. I knew that it was again going to my rock bottom. But the moment that I caught myself in that trajectory, what I did is I said to myself, well, something needs to change. And, no books can save me this time. No motivational videos can save me this time. The only thing that I need, that I could change, that would be a significant change in my life, is my space. So what I did is, actually, the real story behind that is, I was going to my cousin's room, and I brought, I was, tipsy, and I was bringing all the chips and the drinks. And then my cousin, Jamis, who also topped in the nursing after he really dove in personal development, really happy for that. He told me, he stopped me when I was going upstairs, okay, when I was holding the chips and the drinks. He stopped me, and then he looked at me straight in the eyes and told me, Kuya Alec, you got to leave this place. You got to save yourself. And when he said that, that's the moment that I kind of, I shook, and I was shocked. And immediately I said to myself that this is going to be the last day that I'm going to be here. Tomorrow I'm going to decide to move out. So what I did is I still went up. I still delivered the chips and the drinks. But I said to my cousin, yo, this is the last time that we're going to do this. I'm going to move out. And then my cousin said, well, where are you going? I don't know. Okay, but I'm going to move out. I am just sure that there's something more out there. I'm gonna, go to our office, maybe find a co-working space. I have a lot of friends there. Let me just, I mean, I don't know, but I'll take that risk. And so I did that, and I remember calling my mother, and I said, "Ma, I'm gonna go to Manila," and then she said, "Okay, but where are you gonna stay?" I said, "Well, I don't know, but I have a lot of friends there. I'll just ask if I could stay with them." And she said, "Well, how are you gonna get there?" Well, I don't know, but I could borrow my cousin's car. Maybe I could use that. And she said, "Okay, that's fine with me." And then I had a few thousand pesos in my wallet, like I think roughly 1,500 pesos, and I got that money. And then I borrowed my cousin's car, and then I went to Manila. And then when I got to Manila, I went to the office, work there for a day. And after that moment, I said to myself, I'm not going back anymore. Like from that point on, I made a promise. I am not going back to my hometown anymore. And not in the sense that I'm not going to be there when there are special occasions, but I'm not going to live there anymore. There's a difference, okay? Again, I'm still going to go there, but I'm not going to live there anymore. I'm just going to go back from time to time. But I was sure that it's time for me to move out from my hometown. And a year has passed, and now I'm recording this podcast episode. And let me tell you one thing is for sure. I didn't know what would happen, but all of my expectations were not just met, but they were exceeded abundantly. I have met people that I didn't know that I could ever meet. I had a lot of blessings, a lot of miracles that I could only imagine before. And so, if you're going to ask me, if you're starting, the best hack in your life that you can do right now is to move out from your hometown. And maybe, I'm not saying you find a very fancy place. You could even, move out to your hometown and live on a minimum livable income, and at the same time, still reap the rewards of, moving out of your hometown. Because from my perspective, the risk is relatively low. Like the risk is, this doesn't work out, and what happens then? You go back to your old place, which was the original place that you are in, and so nothing really changed. You're still there, okay? You still didn't reach your dreams. You are still unhappy with your life. You're still stressed. There's nothing to lose. On the other hand, on the flip side, the upside on you moving out of your hometown, the reward to it is unlimited. The risk and reward ratio to this one, to moving out of your hometown, is favorably huge. And what I mean by that is if it doesn't work, you can go back to the same place. If it does work, then you've just unlocked a whole new world. Just like the song, like a whole new world. Yeah, napakanta pa, no? But it's a whole new world for you. And that's just, something that you cannot even pay for. And in this podcast episode, I'm going to share with you quickly what are the top 5 reasons why you should move out of your hometown. Starting with the first one, you get to see how big the world is. For so long, I don't know if you're 20 years old, maybe you're 20, 25, 30. It took a quarter of your life, okay, maybe 1/3 of your life, and you are just living in the same world every single day. 20 years of your life, 25 years of your life, 30 years of your life, you're living the same life. And once you move out, you would see how big the world is. And as much as I love looking at beautiful photos on the internet about traveling and all that, nothing beats you going there. Like I remember my first times in when I was in Makati, in BGC, and all the busy cities in the metro, like looking at art. All of the first times that I went there, I could still remember it, and I would tell myself like, "Wow, this is a huge world." And I thought I knew what life is, but apparently I am just a little, part of the big world that is not just within my city, not just within my province, but the world. Okay, and being there, being out there, and seeing how big the world is, you would also allow yourself to attract a lot of new opportunities. And for me, that's the second most important reason why you need to move out. It's that it will open a new set of opportunities. Opportunities that will only be available to those who show up. I remember I got an offer back in December by one social media platform, and they asked me if I could do a guesting, and I didn't decline. I just told them what my situation is, and they told me, okay, maybe it would work next time, but this time, we're just gonna get some other creators who are in Metro Manila, and that got me pissed because I was supposed to be there, but I was not in Manila, and so they chose another creator. And I was losing a lot of opportunities because I was not available here. And I totally believe that, success is 80% showing up. And if I can even show up to the opportunities, then what opportunities am I going to attract? So that's the second one. Okay. You open a new set of opportunities. If you always show up, people would be more familiar with you. And because of that, you would get access to a lot of different networks that was not available for you, not available to you when you were just in your hometown. Okay. Because the third reason is also connected, is you get to meet new people. And, there's just this familiarity on, just you when you're living in your hometown, in your small town, especially if you're coming from the province. Most of the time people know people, and it's just a small community. Like everyone knows everyone, and it's the same faces every single day. But when you're in when you're out there in a new city, in a new province, in a new place, you get to meet new people, get to learn about their new cultures, get to learn more about them, and just, meet new people, socialize with them, and build your network. I wholeheartedly believe that your network is equal to your net worth. And if you want to become successful, then you got to find ways that you could increase the level of your network. And most of the time, the people who are really good at this game, at the game of life, most of the time they would just appreciate people if, they would hang out with them in real life, not just through online platforms. So if you can be there and meet new people, the opportunities will continue to flow. And so the fourth reason why you should move out of your hometown is mainly because you become responsible for your own shit. Okay? You become resourceful as fuck. You create things that was not really available to you, but because you have no choice but to look out for yourself and take care of yourself, you will be resourceful, and you will find ways for you to just get the tasks done and finish everything that you need to finish. Okay, You become responsible for everything. You learn how to create more money, manage your money, grow your money, take care of yourself, take care of your hygiene, take care of your food. And all of these things are just allowing you to become an adult. It's like an adulting immersion. That's what it is. That's what happens when you step out of your hometown. Okay, you become responsible for your own stuff, which is a superpower, by the way. Once you understand that, you take back the responsibility of your life, you take back control of it, you make a new choice. Everything is now different, but you can't change it. You can't make a different choice if you are not taking responsibility for your life. So before you were dependent on other people. Now you are self-reliant. You're self-managed. You're self-motivated. And that's what it means to become independent. If you are okay with no one being there to save you. Okay, I'm not asking you to be hyper-dependent. All I'm saying is you got to be okay to stand on your own feet. That's very, very important. And so the last reason why you need to move out, or why moving out of your hometown is a life hack, is that you just appreciate your hometown more. Like, it's one of the underrated reasons why people move out. Like, you get to see your hometown like it's the first time again. When you go back home, this new version of you, this new Alec coming home, people are going to talk about it, like all of that jazz. More importantly, you get to experience your hometown with a new and fresh perspective. Like, it's something new again. Because, again, the law of familiarity. Maybe you just got familiar to what you're seeing every day, that you don't appreciate it as much as you could. But now that you're like seeing it for the first time, you could appreciate it more. You get to appreciate the people in it, the culture in it, the places in it. And it's just an exciting time for you to be back home, be with the people that you care about, and be with the people that you love. And so if you want to give that to yourself, to experience your hometown again in a new way, move out. And so, if you're listening to this and you stayed up to this point, probably you're looking or you're thinking about moving out. If you have any questions, send me a question on Threads. Don't forget to tag me at Alec Cuenca, and I would love to answer all of your questions. And thank you so much for all your support. That's going to be all for this episode. If you like this one, let me know your thoughts. Tag me again on Threads or on Instagram at Alec Cuenca, and let me know your thoughts on this. I love reading your messages. Thank you so much. If you want to support the podcast, the links to getting my ebook and my courses are available down below, and all the other announcements are down there as well. And that's all for this podcast. Thank you so much. My name is Alec Cuenca. This is Small Talk, Small Conversations with huge impact, now exclusively on Spotify, powered by Spotify for Podcasters. Talk to you guys next episode. Peace.